we're going to do essentially squats, body weight squats, heels on the ground, feet nice and flat. And all we're going to do is, depending on how far you can go, is just go down. So if you can only go that far, I want you to go down and back up. But if you can go all the way down, let's get warmed up. All right. So let's put about 10 of these in. In this one, we are going to do that same exercise, but this time we're going to go roll up onto our toes. You can see my heels come off the ground here. And we're going to keep my back perfectly straight. Okay? So as you go up, what I want you to do is I want you to reach as high as you can on your toes and hold it until you can feel your toes kind of wiggling on the ground to essentially make sure that you're balanced. Do 10 of those again, and then all the way up, all the way to your toes, press it high, and then all the way down. And then all the way up, press it high, all the way down. Press it nice and high. All right, so the next one, get in whatever stance you want. And what we're going to do is we're going to be first both feet nice and flat on the ground. And then we're going to shift all our balance. You see my heels come off the ground. All our balance onto that front foot. Try not to point your knee outside your toes. Try to make sure they stay over or inside your toe. And then go all the way until you can really feel those toes dig in. Kind of holding your balance, and then all the way back this time, and you can even lift your front foot if you want. Do these about 10 times. Again, you're going to be a little more on your heels, but that's fine. We're just creating balance. Again, you can see when I do this, look at my back. You notice that it doesn't change, right? It's perfectly straight up and down. And what we're doing here is not only are we warming up, we're also strengthening, right? We're strengthening. Later, you might find that, oh, I can't go very far on my toes. Later, you're going to be almost on your toes and off the ball of your feet as you get better at it. And then after you're done with that, I want you guys just do some rotational exercises with your ankles, just to keep them, get them warm. As normal, everybody knows the idea here is to warm up slowly. If you want to add stretches, that's good too. Do them slowly. Try not to overpress yourself in stretches at the beginning of a practice, but at the end is really where you want to really overpress yourself at stretching, because then your whole body is warm. So here's a lot of times when people walk, they shift onto the foot that's going to hold them, and then they walk, and then they shift onto that foot. You can see my body go side to side, right? Because we're shifting our balance onto the foot that's on the ground. In this case, I'm going to walk. I'm just going to put my foot out, and I'm going to fall straight onto it, right? That's essentially the drop step. Or here's what happens in a drop step. A lot of times I'll point at where my foot's going, and I push my hip to where my foot's going, and then my foot catches up. You notice I didn't do this. I'm going to go there. So I'm going to go there. I shift onto this foot, and then I reach out with that foot. That is not what we're doing. I'm going to go there. I just fall right into it. I'm going to walk. I'm just going to put my foot out, and I'm going to fall straight onto it, right? That's essentially the drop step. Or here's what happens in a drop step. A lot of times I'll point at where my foot's going, and I push my hip to where my foot's going, and then my foot catches up. So the drop step was coined by Dempsey. It's used, like I said, we see it in basketball. I'm going to go this way, and then I change, right? So same thing, drop steps used in a lot of places. A lot of times we just don't understand we're doing it. So now we're making sure that you understand what you're doing in your feet so you can explain it to others better. I'm going to show you, here's a simple gather foot. I'm facing the camera. I drop my foot out in a drop step, and I gather my back foot to go back in the spot. Just like we have a gather foot on a lunge. Here I go, I lunge, and then I gather my back foot. The next step is called, what's going to be called the shuffle. And a shuffle step is literally where what happens is I come in and then go out. So that becomes a shuffle step. So we might see it like this if I'm doing this exercise. When we did that exercise, we have this is a gather, but so now this foot's already here. I'm bringing the foot in first. So I bring it in, and then I shoot the other one out. So instead of a gather, it's a shuffle foot. And then the last one is going to look like this. I'm going to literally cross my feet. And that could be crosses in the front. That could be crosses in the back. I like the back crosses better. Okay. Those are the three core movements that really make a difference. Most of us do the gathering foot.